in the unofficial second half push of the regular season. What, 28 games to go for Portland?
28 games.
Can't end fast enough.
Wow.
Well,
you say that, and then we're in May, and you're going, oh, no.
Oh, no, what?
Oh, no. It's the sports. They are disappearing.
Well, it's really hard when you look at 28 games to go and 15 wins is what you're staring down.
So, for those that have particular interest in
playoff spot if they go undefeated, maybe.
28.5 is the line. 28.5. They have to win 14 of 28 games.
14 of 28 games to hit the over.
Oh, no. Yeah, 14, yeah. So 15 wins. They have to go 500 to hit the over.
And they have the third toughest schedule remaining in the NBA? Is that right?
Third through sixth, depending on how you...
With rest management taken in.
Rest advantage and disadvantage and travel. It's a tougher schedule down the stretch.
Okay. They have another 2-week road trip in there.
15-day, 7-game road trip.
Remember how the last one went?
Oh,
they had a 62-point loss, a 45-point loss in there as well.
It was really bad.
There's some brutal ones in there.
Hey, and they're only 2 games ahead of the Charlotte Hornets right now too. So they could, hey, things go right here, we could be sliding down to the 4th worst record in the league.
And look,
right.
I would imagine probably halfway into these final 28 games, 14, 15, 16 games.
Ooh, some lingering injuries pop up.
I think you might see that happen.
You can have some hammies getting a little tight. Oh, got some back.
Well, I'll tell you right now,
back soreness.
Jeremy Grant should probably not play for another couple weeks, just because that dude has hit the ground like 20 times a game for the past 2 weeks, and he's like, people like when he didn't play, like, oh, they're tanking. No, they weren't. Jeremy was beat to hell.
Kind of feels like that under is the safer play right now.
Oh, yeah. I'd say it's safe. But also, I think we get a month into this, and you start seeing Malk's already dealing with the treatment he had on his elbow. It's been lingering since the last year.
And Ashton Higgins converted to a 2-way contract today, which that's a little confusing because they're getting healthy. Actually, what you just said, and Ashton Higgins. I'm starting to
drawing those dots.
I'm trying to add everything together here. Yeah.
So, and
that
remember,
backcourt.
Look, Shaden was at practice yesterday. Look, it's so bad injury-wise. Chauncey Billups showed up to practice today in a cast.
Yeah, he's been hanging out with you too much,
right?
This is the Danny bump he's getting right now. What happened to Chauncey using a sling in his left arm?
So he's had a torn ligament in his wrist since, he said, 2009.
Holy smokes.
So he braced himself on a fall when he was playing, and he's been dealing with it, and he was supposed to have it done a long time ago.
15 years?
Yeah, and then he was going to do it last year, and then something came up, and he decided said screw it during the break, because he's only going to be in the cast for, I think he said, like a week. It's a very short, week or two. It's a short time with the cast. But he's got it in a sling, he said, to keep these knuckleheads from
bumping into
him, like, hey, be aware of it, kind of a deal. And they were giving him crap about being old, which was great. But yeah, he was pretty, nonchalant about it. But yeah, literally everyone's having surgery now. So
28 games, 15 and 39. You've got 2 more that will be at home than on the road. Yes. But a 15-day road trip is in this.
Yeah.
I think we're looking at that under. I
would say so. I think the thing that you're looking for really down the stretch is how can Scoot close the season?
Yeah, what is the next step in development? Because I saw that there was a lot of I don't know, was it Second Spectrum that was releasing all their rookie numbers, and they had it was actually pretty impressive. Like, Scoot is the 4th leading scorer of all rookies right now in points per game. Toumani Camara is tied for 2nd with Desur Thompson in steals, only behind Victor Wembanyama. Yeah. There's the way the rookie numbers coming out of the All-Star break are actually doing really good.
All the second round stuff, Toumani pretty much dominates. I think he's leading in rebounds, leading in steals, leading in
for second round picks.
Yeah. Scoot,
not a lot of them are playing.
No, but that's the thing. It's like he's shining. Second round picks are flyers. That's what people don't understand. Second round picks aren't supposed to make the NBA. So
That
when
is
you,
true.
so when you do, it's a success. When you do and you're productive, it's great. When you do and you're an MVP, it's super useful. I.e., Nikola Jokic,
Yeah.
who got drafted during a Quesarito commercial.
I'm interested in like outside of the Blazers though. The second half push, there's a lot of intrigue to how this season is going to shape up because you have teams like the Cleveland Cavaliers, which you were very high on them last year. You were saying, man, it's coming with them. Just wait.
Yep.
They have quietly just vaulted themselves up into second in the East.
Best team in basketball the last 2 months.
And they were red hot going to the break. That's the one team that did not want to see the All-Star break.
Yeah.
They come out of the break, and tonight they got Orlando. And I think that's going to be a really interesting matchup because Orlando is a team that they are long as all get out. What they have like 12 guys on their roster that are over 6'7".
Yeah, they're super big.
Holy crap. They don't have a lot of shooters.
No.
Actually, they
don't have really any except for Joe Ingles, who
as a team, they Blaze are great, Joe Ingles.
Yeah.
As a team, they average fewer 3-point attempts than Steph Curry.
That wouldn't surprise me.
What'd you say it was? 11? 11?
Yes, the Orlando Magic averaged 10.9 attempts from 3 per game, and Steph averages 12.
Are they that low on 3-point attempts?
Russ told me that yesterday, and I was like, "You've got to be kidding me,
they
man!"
Were low,
or is that
makes?
Yeah, that's got to be makes.
10.9.
Okay, well then the tweet I saw,
Steph averages 11.
No, he doesn't average 11 makes.
He averages 11 attempts.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, either I misread it or they mistweeted, but yeah, it said 10 point. I thought it said 10.9
was like, there's
attempts.
no way they're only taking 11. Yeah, they're taking 31.3, which
in only
27th.
In only making 11?
Yeah, they're under 35% as a team.
Yikes.
They're not the worst. They're not the worst. The Spurs are the worst, but the Magic are second worst.
Yikes. But
Blazers are 25th.
In that team, it was interesting to see why they were relatively stagnant near the trade deadline and didn't make any moves at all.
That was the one team that I was talking to executives around the league that everybody kind of was like, Orlando didn't make a move, huh? Because a month ago, or I should say a month before the deadline, it was pretty good chance that Wendell Carter Jr. was going to be moved. But then Batadze got dinged up and Wendell started playing well, and the Magic were kind of going through some stuff, and there's been some stuff behind the scenes that I've heard that there's a chance that Jamal Mosley could be fired. Like, it was just like, what the hell is going on down there? Because that team has been banged up, and they have, if not the easiest, it's like the second easiest schedule down the stretch. They could go on an absolute tear down the stretch and rise up the standings if they get healthy.
You also have the Knicks and 76ers tonight, which are
Speaking of getting healthy, there's nobody playing in those games.
Two teams that have just cratered into the side of the mountain.
Good God.
Knicks lost 4 in a row, and everybody is hurt. And obviously the 76ers without Joel Embiid are a shell of themselves. Then you have in the West, you have Suns Mavs tonight, which that's got a ton of intrigue too, because
those two teams hate each other, and God, do I love it.
They hate each other, but they're both playing really good basketball coming out of the All-Star break.
Mavs won 6 in a row going into the All-Star break. I want to go back to the Knicks real quick. Here's your out for the game. Mitchell Robinson, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, Bojan Bogdanovic, Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yowzers.
That's a starting lineup.
Yowzers.
Like, they are beat to hell right now because OG's recovering from the elbow surgery. Hart was injured going into the All-Star break. Everybody was banged up. And that Knicks team, if they can get healthy, if they can get Mitchell Robinson back, get OG Anunoby back, they can throw a real wrench into the playoffs because they are 11 deep. Which you don't go in the playoffs, but the fact that you have those options, like it's not like, well, if you squint, it's an option. It's like, no, they have 11 dudes when healthy.
Hear me out on this. Is this actually a good thing for the Knicks that this is happening right now? Because
the adversity in testing?
No.
No.
Because Tom Thibodeau's history as a coach is he runs his guys into the ground during the regular season, and they are just burnt out when it comes postseason time. I mean, think of that.
This is how you keep Tibbs from absolutely beating the hell out of OG and Mitchell Robinson.
You absolutely just run them into the ground far too early.
Because OG's been played, I think he's averaged like 41 minutes with the Knicks. It's insane.
You literally hurt them and then tread water for as long as you can, and then
they got depth.
you get back and you're looking at in a month or so, they're not going to fall completely out of this race, especially in the Eastern Conference. And you can sit there and say, all right, we make that push now with not 41 minutes over 82 games, which Tibbs loves to do with his guys.
He does love his guys. There's no doubt about that. No, it's going to be really interesting
When
to see how
Julius Randle back?
He's supposed to be reevaluated today.
Okay.
So I believe today was the day. Who Randall, for those that aren't aware, had a separated shoulder, and it was not a guarantee that he was coming back. Like this is now he's been out for 3 weeks now, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 4 weeks now. And this was the reevaluation day. So if we don't hear anything today, I'd imagine it's a Friday afternoon news dump. Julius Randle's out for the season after having season-ending shoulder surgery.
Yokes.
That's how I'd expect this to go.
And then my game of the night, League Pass game of the night, has got to be Clippers Thunder in
Oh,
OKC.
yeah. There's a budding rivalry going there too. But I mean, of course, Doc Rivers, he knew. He tried to tell Kawhi Leonard.
Why is Doc still doing interviews right now?
I have no idea. He did like a media blitz, and he went full LeBron James of like, I knew. I do. And it's like,
you're kidding.
Shut up and coach.
He knew about SGA.
Yeah,
and he tried to warn Paul George.
No, tried to tell Kawhi Leonard that you shouldn't ask for SGA to be traded so you can get Paul George here.
God bless his heart. Bless his heart.
He tried,
but a win for Clippers, and they flip flop with the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 1 coming out of the.
It's going to be
break.
tight.
It's good. This is going to be a fun race, man.
That race.
I just wish Portland was a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, give it a couple years. What's going to be interesting is, where does Denver finish in all of this? Because their starting lineup, when healthy, has been nails, absolutely disgusting. When they are missing somebody, and I'm not talking Jokic. I mean, I'm talking literally anyone else. They are struggling. They lost depth, and they don't have guys they can truly count on, particularly as ball handlers. And as great as Jokic is, I wonder where they end up in seeding. And all of a sudden, seeding
they seem fifth. They seem like
fourth, fifth. And that's the thing. It's like, remember what the advantage is of being in Denver. And if they lose that home court advantage down the stretch, they have a coin toss, according to ESPN's what is their BPI, to end up fourth. So basically, it's a coin toss of fourth for them.
And Denver, they got the 23rd toughest schedule remaining.
Which, yeah, it's good for them.
It's really good for them, but they also have 3 against the Timberwolves, and they have 2 against. Here's their problem: is they got 2 against the Suns, which they're going to be jockeying for that positioning with, and they have 1 against the Clippers remaining still. So there's a lot of games.
So a big old chunk against teams that are fighting with you.
Yeah. Oh boy, that's going to be a fascinating one because they lose home court. That is death sentence for a team like the Denver Nuggets, who's shorthanded in that elevation. We saw the elevation matter in the playoffs every year.
It killed
that
guys.
last year.
So it's going to be interesting how they manage their seeding versus their health.